Which weapon, horse or role should you buy first in Red Dead Online? How to earn gold, which settings are good and who killed Kennedy? I bet as a new player you asking yourself all these questions. Well, this 30 tips for beginners video will help you to find almost all the answers. I mean almost all the answers because obviously your first role choice should depend on your playing style and personal preferences. But let's begin. First tip is about character creation. If you're not willing to spend all day creating your character, it will probably look ugly, but don't worry, you can change your appearance at any time here. First time is free, but then you will have to pay $400. It says 10 gold bars here, but you can choose to pay dollars instead. But remember, you won't be able to change gender of your character. I mean, it's a Wild West, it's not that progressive. Next tip is about the best settings. There is one thing that you need to know about default settings in Red Dead Online.
It's a trap!
I mean, default settings in this game are just terrible. Change pretty much anything and you will receive some advantage. For example, for controller settings, change this one and you will receive easy fishing. Change this one and you will get an advantage in melee fights. And if you're using auto-aiming, change this as well. It's gonna be much easier. By the way, if you're playing on a PC, there is a trick that you have to know about. Even if you don't have controller at all, you still have to go to controller settings and change lock-on mode to free aim. Otherwise, game will be thinking that you're using auto-aiming and you will not receive free aim bonus, which is 20 experience per each kill, even if we're talking about killing animals. And since there is no auto-aiming for mouse and a keyboard anyways, you will lose a lot of experience. So now you started the game and maybe even completed some story missions and you're thinking, well, should I be good or bad in this game? Which reputation should I have? Because there is a reputation system and your honor level shown right here, but you know what, it does not matter, like pretty much at all. It only affects the choice of land of opportunity missions, the storyline for online. There is a good path and the bad one, and even if you will complete one of those, you will still change your honor at any point and complete the second one. You can easily decrease your honor level by killing NPCs, wounded animals and bounty targets, or increase your honor level by simply feeding your horse. Yes, it makes you a good person. There's also an NPC that changes your honor level if you will pay him gold, but there is totally no reason to visit him. But if you will choose to have a bad reputation and will kill NPCs, cows and steal horses, stuff like that, remember, there will be bounty on your head. Get $10 bounty and bounty hunter NPCs will follow you around. $20 bounty will make you a target for most players who have leveled up bounty hunter role at least a little bit. And having even $5 bounty on your head is kinda dangerous because players who bought upgrade for the bounty hunter role and leveled it up will hunt you. So if you don't want all these problems, you can pay half of your bounty at box office or at your camp and it will be gone. And I guess now it's time to talk about money. You are probably not good with investments or saving money. It's not related to the topic of this video, just saying. Anyway, in this game there are two currencies, dollars and gold bars. Well, technically three, but don't worry about those blue coins. It's for rolls and you will earn more of them that you can spend. So gold is most important, and I mean it's no coincidence that we can buy it with real life money, and you can earn it with help of treasure maps, daily challenges, achievements, or by doing different activities. First let's talk about different activities in which you can earn gold. I'm talking about PvP events, land of opportunity missions, stranger missions and telegram missions, stuff like this. There's one thing that they all have in common and you absolutely have to know about it. The amount of gold that you're gonna receive for completing such activity only depends on the time that you will spend for doing this activity. So you're like a lawyer or a prostitute, you're not getting paid for result, you're only getting paid for a time spent. So complete stranger mission, for example, in less than 3 minutes and receive no gold at all. If you will spend less than 6 minutes, you will receive 8 gold nuggets. If you will spend less than 9 minutes, you will receive 16 gold nuggets and so on. Maximum amount is 48 gold nuggets for half an hour. If you will spend more than half an hour on an activity, you will get no extra payments. So maximum amount of gold per minute we are getting for completing missions in 3, 6, 9 or 12 minutes, and if we're talking about money, it should be exactly 10 minutes. By the way, timer starts when you appear on the map after watching the cutscene. It's not always the same as the timer that you can see on your screen. I mean, not in all activities there is even a timer. So the system is kinda weird and I personally don't like it, but you you definitely have to know how it works. By the way, one of the best ways to earn gold and money is to look for the treasures with help of treasure maps. You're gonna receive such treasure map for each 5 levels. Just go to the post office and take it. Also, they can be found in some free roam random encounters. For example, you can find it on a tree. You can loot treasure maps from NPCs, but it's kinda random and chances are pretty low, and you will receive a treasure map for having 28-day streak on your daily challenges. On average, you will find 1 gold bar and $100 in a treasure chest, so I definitely suggest you not to miss this opportunity, because you will have to spend like 10 minutes and it's a good profit for 10 minutes. If you for some reason have problems with finding some specific treasure, Red Dead Online interactive map by Gene Robb will help you. Link in the description. It's an extremely useful source for Red Dead Online. We will talk about this later a lot. Next way of earning gold that I've mentioned is to complete daily challenges. Each day you will receive 7 small missions that you can check in the left menu under the daily challenges tab. Complete one and you will receive base payment 0.1 gold bars. Complete all 7 and you will receive extra 3 base payments, which is 0.3 gold bars. There are additional 3 daily challenges for each role, and if you will complete 9 such role daily challenges, you will also receive 3 base payments. By the way, this base payment will be increased if you will have a streak. It means you will complete at least 1 daily challenge each day without missing a day. After 28 days, your streak will be reset, but you will receive treasure map and $100. I strongly suggest to all new players to at least maintain the streak, because even after nerfed daily challenge system is a good solid way to make gold. So try to complete at least 1 daily challenge each day. Just pick the easiest one and it will take like 2 minutes. There is another major way of making gold bars that you have to remember about. I'm talking about resetting awards. So just open menu, go to progress, choose awards and choose some category like combat. I'm pretty sure that when you will play for some time, you will unlock many of these achievements. Some can be unlocked only once and you will receive a useless buckle, but some awards can be reset up to 10 times and each time you will receive 0.4 gold bars, which is pretty good. So keep an eye on this. I mean, each time when you receive an award there is a pop-up message, but you might miss it, so occasionally go to this progress awards and check, maybe you can reset some of the awards and earn easy gold. And now you're probably thinking, okay, now I'm ready to go and kill some bandits. But there's something you need to know about combat system in Red Dead Online before you even begin shooting. First of all, there are ability cards in this game, but as a low level you need to know only one thing: when you will be able to choose first ability for free. Pick Painted Black. It's much better than other options for both PvP and PvE. Pick this one and don't worry about ability cards at all until you will reach level 40 or even 50. Because it's not effective to invest money into ability cards at the beginning of the game. I mean, level 1 ability card is not gonna change too much and you just will not have enough money to upgrade them. So just don't worry and rather spend money on other useful stuff. And later, when you're gonna be high level, you will buy different useful ability cards and level them up. But be careful, many ability cards are just bad. So before buying them, I suggest you to watch my ability cards guide. Link will be in the description. Now take a look here. You see indicators for health, stamina and deadeye. This icon is a core or status and the circle around it is a bar. For example, when deadeye is active, you are using your deadeye bar at first and then using your core. As you will mention, for a new character, the bars are not full. It's not 100%, but you can level them up, and that's a tip, level them up. But how to do this? Well, it's super easy. To level up health bar, just kill enemies with throwable weapons like tomahawks in a melee or using bow. You can buy bow at level 10, but there is another way to level up your health bar. It's just by fishing. Fishing rod is available on level 14. The easiest way to level up stamina bar is just to run with acceleration. I mean, it levels up super fast. Deadeye bar usually takes the longest time to level up, so when you will be creating a new character, rather invest these points into Deadeye. Anyway, you can level up Deadeye bar by killing enemies with a headshot or skinning animals. I don't know why, but you level up Deadeye while skinning animals. But how to restore your health, stamina and Deadeye? Well, health and stamina are regenerating over time. All you need to know here is that you can increase your health regeneration rate by taking cover, and stamina will regenerate much faster if you will use iron Iron Lung ability card. But it's much more complicated with Deadeye. It's not regenerating over time, so you can restore it only by making kills. Important note, if your Deadeye is active while you're making a kill, you will not restore any amount of Deadeye. But there are many ability cards that will help you to refill Deadeye bar. For example, Eye for an Eye, Live for the Fight, Kick in the Butt and so on. Another way to restore your bars is to drink a tonic. White tonics will simply fully restore your bars, and golden tonics will even fortify them. It means will give you some extra health, stamina or Deadeye. And here is something that you really need to know. Tonics are overpowered in this game, especially level 3 tonics, like special health cure. It will give you insane amount of extra health, but it only can be crafted, because level 1 and level 2 tonics can be simply bought from the catalog or between PvP showdown matches. Of course, they can be crafted as well. To do this, you only need to gather some herbs, find a campfire and craft them. And since we are talking about campfire, don't forget to cook and consume food. It will restore or even fortify your cores. I strongly suggest you to only craft big game meat with herbs. With mint, for example, it will fortify your health status, and the easiest way to get some big game meat is to kill alligators around Saint Denis. Now let's talk about weapons that you should buy first. You're really gonna need Warmint Rifle. It's good for PvE because it kills NPCs with one headshot from any distance, and it has high fire rate and enough armor. It's a must-have for hunting birds and small animals like rabbits. It's not gonna ruin the pelts. It will help you with the collector role later, because you can get eggs from the nest with it. And the most importantly, it's cheap. I mean, as a new player, you're not gonna have too much money. Bow is the next weapon that I suggest you to buy. You're gonna level up health bar. It's good for killing bigger animals like deers without ruining the pelt quality, just aim for the head, and it can be used for stealth kills. And the next weapon choice will depend on whether you are comfortable with free aiming. If you can land your shots without using painted black or auto aiming, then try to save for rolling block rifle. It's pretty expensive, but it's really good. And you know what, sniper rifles are overpowered in Red Dead Online, so you're gonna get used to them. Rolling block is good for PvP, good for PvE and good for hunting, but if you're not really comfortable with free aiming, then go and buy bolt action rifle instead. It's also good for hunting bigger animals like deers or alligators without ruining a pelt quality, and you can use it in PvE. I mean, it's a good choice for new players. That's pretty much all the weapons that you're gonna need at the lower levels, but if you want to find out more about weapons in this game, link to the top best guns in Red Dead Online video will be in the description. There are also different ammo types in this game, and here is a tip: try to use express ammo any way you can. I mean, it's probably the best ammo type except explosive ammo. Express ammo is only available on level 41, but it's worth it. I mean, regular ammo is only good for the headshots, especially in PvP. By the way, about PvP, I don't really suggest you to take part in any PvP activities on the lower levels. First, you want to level up your stats, get some weapons, maybe ability cards, unlock express ammo, and maybe then consider taking part. Because you're just gonna be ruined by high level players who are abusing tonics, has a lot of weapons and good ability cards. Only exception is hardcore PvP showdown series, where everyone is equal. It's not always in the game, but it can be found in a quick join hardcore series. For the same reasons, you want to avoid fighting other players in a free roam, but how to protect yourself from being attacked? Well, here is a big tip: you want to turn on defensive mode. To do so, go to the menu, online options, and change playing style from offensive to defensive. Then you will need to wait 30 seconds without attacking any other players, and here you go, you are in a defensive. What it gives you? First of all, solid damage reduction, only in PvP obviously. Second of all, other players cannot attack you in a melee or lasso you, but you cannot use lasso against them as well. You are protected from the headshots, because headshots will do you the same amount of damage as the regular body shots, and usually they're doing way more damage, like 5 times more at least. But the most importantly, painted black and auto aiming is not working for someone who's trying to attack you, but it's not working for you as well. In PvP obviously, in PvE it will work just fine. So you have some sort of protection, but remember, don't attack first, it will remove defensive mode and you're not gonna be able to activate it for some time. Now let's answer one of the most popular questions in Red Dead Online: which is the best horse? And I bet this answer is gonna surprise you. On practice, there is no big difference between horses. Yes, you've heard it correctly. $100 and $1,000 horse are almost equal. I know that at the beginning you have this first horse and it feels pretty bad. It feels like this horse is almost dying all the time, it runs out of stamina. But it's not because this horse is bad, it's because you have not leveled it up yet and you don't have proper saddle. But you might say, wait a second, there are stats that are showing that my horse is bad because it has low speed and acceleration, and the other horse that I can buy with gold is so much better. But here is the trick, 1 bar in speed equals only to 0.6% of real speed. On practice I've tested it many times, and you can get up to 3 bars from saddle, and acceleration does not matter at all on practice according to my tests. Amount of stamina doesn't matter as well, because with proper saddle you will never run out of stamina on any horse. So the only parameters that matters at least a little bit is amount of health, but it's also not that important. Just level up your horse, buy good saddle and you'll be fine. Just pick any horse that you like. To level up your horse, to increase its bonding level from 1 to 4, you just need to ride it, feed it and calm it down occasionally. By the way, I suggest you to feed your horse with wild carrots that are growing pretty much anywhere, or with hay that you can buy from stables, and it's extremely cheap and really effective. It will take some time. If you want to do it faster for some reason, just lead the horse. And now let's talk about the saddles. The best saddle in this game is called Nacogdoches. It's pretty expensive and available on higher levels, but it's way superior than any other saddle, just because it's broken. But to be honest, if you don't like how it looks, you will be fine with absolutely any other expensive saddle like Upland, Delgado and so on. What's important though is not forget to buy the most expensive stirrups for your saddle available. Actually, you can do it from the lowest levels, just buy the cheapest saddle and the best stirrups you can afford. And you will be pretty fine, because stamina drain rate depends on stirrups, not the saddle. Again, if we're not talking about Nacogdoches, because it's broken. And now when you know all the basic information, it's time for the main question: which role should you buy first? Well, let me briefly tell you about each role and then it's gonna be up for you to choose. So collector role, you going around the map and gathering collectible items, no shooting involved, but a lot of exploration. It's a good role for solo players and it gives you insane amount of experience and pretty good amount of money. Bounty hunter role, a lot of shooting, but not as much as you would expect from such role, less money and experience than in a collector role, but it's only roles that will pay you gold. Trader role, good money and experience for solo players and even more money and experience for players who don't mind finding a group. By the way, you can try to do this in my Discord server, link will be in the description. Big benefits for the trader role is that it has some sort of a passive income elements. I mean, you don't need to do something all the time, sometimes your goods are just being produced and you can do other stuff. And also leveling up trader role or completing one delivery unlocks access to moonshiner roles. That is almost passive income and pretty good income actually. But unfortunately you cannot buy moonshiner as a first role. I tried it, didn't work out. There is also a naturalist role, but I definitely don't suggest you to buy this one first. It's not a role for new players. Anyway, now you have some basic information about each role and can make your choice, but I personally choose to buy collector as the first role because I think that money and experience are more important for beginners than gold. And also because open world is the strongest part of Red Dead Online, not shooting mechanics and stuff like this. But bounty hunter is also a good choice because yes, you're gonna earn more gold there and you're gonna need that gold to buy outlaw passes, for example. But there is one general tip for any roles that you will decide to buy first. Level it up because there are more money on the higher levels, and invest your money into upgrades for each role. For example, you really want to buy medium and large delivery wagons for a trader role as soon as possible. Same goes for a shovel and metal detector for collector role. And now a few specific tips for each role. First of all, for trader, the easiest way to fill up material scale at your trader camp is to give creeps 3-star carcasses of the big animals like deer or cougar, not pelts, carcasses. You can see the amount of stars or quality of the animal's carcass when you're gonna be aiming at the animal right here. And not to ruin this quality, you need to kill an animal with one shot, and usually it's gonna be a headshot, using proper weapon, which is gonna be different for different animals. You can see the weapons that you need to use here. Next tip for traders: if you are playing solo, try to avoid long distance deliveries. Yes, it pays more, but there is a high risk that you're gonna be attacked by other players and they will steal your goods, because you know when you're making long distance delivery, from some point all players in the area will see you on the mini map with this big red circle, and yeah, they will easily attack you. But it's even worse, you are in danger even if there is no one around you, because players who are staying in Valentine can see deliveries all across the map, like anywhere, and they just can fast travel to you and easily steal your wagon. And it's always a lot of griefers in Valentine. I mean, it's for some reason like a capital of griefers. By the way, if you still will decide to make long distance delivery and will get attacked, just close the application. It works on both consoles and PC, and that's how you're not gonna lose any goods. You will relog to the game and you will see that all your goods are in a camp, and you can deliver them again. Next tip is for collector role. Use interactive maps. There is an interactive map, again I'm repeating, link in the description, in which you can see location of all the collectible items. So you just pick some collections, preferably with guaranteed spawn, because for some collections spawns are random, like for coins and arrows. So you will have problems gathering full collections, and you really want to sell only full collections because you will get much more money this way. Anyway, just pick some guaranteed sets like tarot cards, make a route on the map and go gather them all. It takes around 2 hours to collect 4 different tarot cards collections, and you will earn unachievable for beginners amount of money and experience by doing this. Next tip is for bounty hunters. Try to focus on legendary bounties. You can find them in a bounty board right here. They are much more fun than regular bounties and you will earn more money. The same amount of gold but much more money. There is one problem with legendary bounties. They put you in a solo lobby where there is no collectible items, your moonshine and trader goods are not being produced. But it's not a problem for beginners because, I mean, it's the only role you have anyway. But later when you will buy other roles, you're gonna use the next tip. Do grinding for different roles at the same time. Combine them. That's how you're gonna get maximum profit. For example, it's super easy to combine collector role with trader or moonshiner, or with both. You just set up your production and while goods are being made, just go around and search for collectibles. By the way, next tip, if you want to combine bounty hunter with other roles, I suggest you to buy prestigious bounty hunter role. It's an upgrade for original role, it costs 15 gold bars, but it gives you access for infamous bounties. It's are pretty cool small missions with smaller payouts than for legendary bounties, but when you are doing them, your trader and moonshine production is not stopping. Anyway, next tip will be useful for different roles like trader, moonshiner or even bounty hunter, but it also can be used by players who just want to stay AFK and not being kicked from the game in 15 minutes. So to stay AFK for as long as you want, just open Cathlock. It's not working in PvP showdowns, by the way. And last 3 tips are more general. First of all, don't buy anything on Monday, because you know each Tuesday we have so-called weekly update in Red Dead Online, which is basically just some discounts and bonuses. But I really often see comments like, oh no, I just bought something and spent all my money and now it goes with a discount. So if you want to buy something expensive, wait until Tuesday. Next tip, don't forget to visit your bonuses page, because there will be a lot of tickets for free stuff, especially if you bought some outlaw pass and leveled it up. But even without it, there will be a lot of tickets for bonuses and you will have to claim them until they will expire. And the last tip is probably the most important, despite the fact that it might contradict with some previous tips that I gave in this video. Remember, the most important thing is to enjoy the game, so don't rush, don't hurry, don't try to make as much money as possible as soon as possible. Especially in Red Dead Online it makes no sense because there is still not enough high-level content that you can spend your money on, and you will really soon have more money than you can ever spend. So just explore, learn, enjoy, chill after all. I mean, this game is really meditative. I'm pretty sure that many high-level players will confirm you that this game is most enjoyable at lower levels at the very beginning. So just keep in mind that there is really no competitive PvP in Red Dead Online. There is no even competitive PvE. I mean, it's super simple and easy. This game is not about being the first, the best or the richest. It's about enjoying this beautiful open world, enjoying this atmosphere of the Wild West. So yeah, my main tip is pretty simple. Just enjoy the game. In any way, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know your opinion in the comments, and as always, thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, до свидания.